Can you imagine a world without screens? Without binge watching, breaking news delivered instantly, or living rooms centered around a glowing box? It wasn't that long ago, and the story of how that box came to dominate our lives is more extraordinary than anything you've ever streamed.
In this video, we're pulling back the curtain on the television. You'll journey from its impossible dream to its earliest flickering images, witness its explosive takeover of American homes, and discover the pioneers who battled to make it real. Most importantly, we'll expose the profound, often unforeseen, ways this single invention reshaped our culture, our families, and even our very perception of reality. Before the television, home entertainment and information were largely oral or print-based. Families gathered around the radio for news, dramas, and music. Stories were read from books or shared through conversation and parlor games. Visual storytelling, beyond photographs, was primarily confined to the movie theaters, a communal, special event outside the home. The idea of seeing moving images and live events unfolding right in your living room seemed like pure science fiction. People were hungry for a deeper, more immediate connection to the outside world, beyond static images or disembodied voices. News traveled slowly, relayed through newspapers or limited radio reports. A sense of shared national experience, lived simultaneously, was largely absent. This was the visual void, a longing for a window into far-off places and events, a desire that would fuel decades of relentless scientific pursuit and fierce rivalries, all striving to bring the world, quite literally, home. The dream of seeing at a distance captivated inventors for centuries, long before electricity was even widely understood. Early concepts involved mechanical scanning, famously exemplified by Paul Nipkow and his Nipkow disc, patented in Germany in 1884. Imagine a rapidly spinning disc with a spiral pattern of small holes. As light passed through these holes, it would scan an image line by line. While ingenious, Nipkow's mechanical system was clunky, produced incredibly low-resolution images, often just a blurry silhouette, and was ultimately a dead end for true television. The rewrote breakthrough required harnessing the power of the electron. This is where two titans of early television research, often embroiled in bitter patent disputes, enter the scene: Farnsworth and Vladimir Zworykin. Farnsworth, a self-taught farm boy from Utah, conceived of the image dissector in 1922 and achieved his first successful electronic television transmission in 1927. His genius lay in figuring out how to electronically convert a visual image into an electrical signal and transmit it. Meanwhile, Russian-American inventor Vladimir Zworykin, working for Westinghouse and later RCA, developed the iconoscope in 1931, an electronic camera tube, and the kinescope, a cathode ray tube (CRT), for receiving images. While Zworykin benefited from corporate backing, Farnsworth's independent breakthrough and prior patent claims led to a protracted legal battle that he eventually won, solidifying his place as a father of electronic television. Early public demonstrations, like at the 1939 New York World's Fair, though still crude, offered a tantalizing glimpse into a future where the world would flicker to life in the living room. The truly explosive growth of television was ignited after World War II. Manufacturing capacity, once dedicated to wartime production, quickly shifted to consumer goods. RCA, having invested heavily in Zworykin's research, became a dominant force, pouring resources into mass production and broadcast infrastructure. The late 1940s and 1950s saw the television set transform from a curiosity into the undisputed centerpiece of the American living room. Families saved diligently, or went into debt, to afford their first black and white sets, often clunky wooden cabinets with small, rounded screens. Suddenly, entire neighborhoods were captivated by the same shows, sitcoms like I Love Lucy, variety shows featuring Ed Sullivan, and dramatic anthologies. The television created a shared national experience, bringing comedians, musicians, and storytellers directly into millions of homes simultaneously. The rise of advertising on television rapidly reshaped consumer culture, making household names of products and creating desires like never before. TV Guide became a staple, dictating family schedules. The living room, once a space for conversation or radio listening, was now oriented around the glowing screen, fundamentally altering family dynamics and leisure time. This wasn't just a new appliance, it was a new cultural hearth, radiating influence across the nation. While black and white dominated the 1950s, the race for color television was already underway. After a battle of competing standards, the NTSC standard, developed by the National Television System Committee, was adopted in the US in 1953, with color broadcasts slowly rolling out in the late 50s and 60s. For years, color TVs were a luxury, but by the 1970s, they became the norm, adding a whole new dimension to viewing. The 1970s and 80s brought another massive shift: cable television. Until then, most TV was received via antennas, limiting viewers to a handful of local broadcast channels. Cable, delivering signals through coaxial cables, exploded the number of available channels, giving rise to specialized content. News, CNN launched 1980, sports, ESPN 1979, and eventually a myriad of niche programming. This began the fragmentation of the mass audience. Simultaneously, the video cassette recorder, VCR, entered homes, allowing viewers to record shows and watch them on their own schedule, the first major step towards time shifting and giving viewers unprecedented control. And then, the ultimate symbol of convenience and potential laziness: the remote control. No longer tied to the set, viewers could channel surf from the couch, fundamentally altering viewing habits and giving rise to the couch potato stereotype. Television was becoming not just a portal, but a personal universe of choice. The late 20th and early 21st centuries ushered in the digital age, completely transforming the television experience. Analog signals gave way to digital television, DTV, and high-definition, HDTV, delivering sharper images and clearer sound. The bulky CRT screens were replaced by flat-panel displays, first plasma, then LCD, and now razor-thin LED and OLED screens, turning the television into a sleek piece of furniture. But the biggest revolution was yet to come: streaming services. Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, and countless others emerged, untethering content from traditional broadcast schedules and linear channels. Viewers could now watch what they wanted, when they wanted, often ad-free, leading to the phenomenon of binge watching. Smart TVs integrated internet connectivity directly into the set, blurring the lines between television, computer, and smartphone. The screens in our living rooms became portals to a seemingly infinite universe of content. Television, once a single shared focal point, began to spread. Now we watch on laptops, tablets, and phones, often simultaneously, integrating the viewing experience into every aspect of our lives. The most shocking revelation about television isn't just its technological journey, but its profound, unforeseen impact on humanity. From a simple box, it became the single greatest shaper of modern culture. It created global shared experiences: the moon landing, the fall of the Berlin Wall, 9/11, witnessed simultaneously by billions, fostering a global consciousness. It reshaped politics through live debates and news coverage, transformed commerce through ubiquitous advertising, and profoundly influenced entertainment, art, and fashion. But the impact ran deeper, subtly altering our brains and our social fabric. It shifted family dynamics from active engagement to passive consumption. It brought the world closer, yet sometimes pushed individuals further apart, each engrossed in their own screen. It trained us to consume visual information at an unprecedented pace, perhaps impacting attention spans and our relationship with reality itself. The television, initially conceived as a simple entertainment device, became a powerful, pervasive force that redefined how we learn, how we communicate, how we perceive the world, and even how we spend our precious time, leaving us to grapple with its immense legacy in a screen-saturated world.
So, the next time you turn on your TV, remember the incredible journey of this powerful screen. From the impossible dream of transmitting images to a ubiquitous portal shaping global culture, its story is a testament to human ingenuity and its profound, ongoing impact on our lives. What's your most memorable TV moment? Or what do you think is the biggest impact TV has had on society, good or bad? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this deep dive into TV's history fascinating, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more surprising stories about everyday objects, and share it with a fellow history buff.